Hey friends, welcome into another video. I'm Das Food, and this is actually going to be one of my shorter videos here. I just wanted to give some credit where credit is due, because lately, Behavior has been doing a lot of things really right, and after years of being a pretty vocal critic, I have really come around to appreciating this new approach they're taking to community management, and I think that really shows through with this, the July 2022 dev update. And this one is coming out right before we get the big drop from the PTB, where the 40 new perk changes are going to go live, and of course other things as well, like the progression rework and all that. So what I wanted to do, I want to give them some credit. I guess I wanted to give them some credit for doing what is best for the player and listening to the community, because in the past that is something Behavior has really struggled with. They've struggled with just giving us what we ask for, because I don't know if it's just, oh, we know better than they do or whatever it might be, but that's been a constant point of struggle. But here we see something where they really look like they are actually listening to us and they're giving us what we've asked for. So if we complain about it, it's like, hey, you asked for it. So let's start with progression. I could go through and break down every little aspect of it, but like I said, I'm not looking to keep you here all day. So the big thing is they are looking at saying that in a future update, they're going to adjust the whole thing about just kind of flooding you with common add-ons and all that. So that's kind of good. That's not really the big thing. The big thing here, 2 million blood points. You can now save up to 2 million blood points, which is something we've been asking for a while. And I know there are going to be people who say, well, why not 10 million? Why not 100 million? Why not infinite? But to me, I want to give credit where it's due and say, you know what? This is appreciated. This is nice. Because with 2 million blood points, and I would love it if somebody could tell me if I'm correct about this, but I believe you need roughly to get from level 1 to level 50, I think it's 1,700,000 roughly. I mean, it's always going to vary somewhat depending on what you buy and whatnot, but I think that's roughly what it is. So what that means is it's a lot more realistic now to save up, and when a new character comes out, you can actually get them to Prestige 1 without having to do anything. You can plan ahead, not having to do anything, but you know what I mean. So very nice there. I very much appreciate that. Here's where we get Behavior listening to the community and doing something really awesome. So all of this is about the endurance status effect. So basically the way that they've, in case, I guess I shouldn't jump right in. I should tell you, there is an issue where currently you can get up to 5 hits before you go down as a survivor. Now, it's super niche and it's gimmicky, and honestly, it's not that strong, all things considered, but I could see where it could ruin somebody's day. I could see where some people are very concerned about that, and apparently so too can Behavior. So they went and they did this. They changed the endurance status effect so that, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Deep wound status. If you have the deep wound status effect, endurance is not going to protect you. What that means is you cannot abuse the endurance status effect anymore. I know there are going to be some goofy goobers who are very sad about that one, but I think it's, it's a good change. Here's one I really like, because this is kind of coming full circle for Behavior. We'll scroll up a little bit so we don't get into the Dead Hard stuff too soon. But what you see here is there were concerns from some that deaf and hard of hearing players who rely on Spine Chill, to help with accessibility, they were worried that the nerfs to Spine Chill, not of course the one where they took away like the vaulting speed bonus and all that, but the ones where the killer has got to be looking at you with a direct line of sight, as in not from the other side of a wall. And there was this worry that they were going to make the game a lot harder for hard of hearing players. And what's cool here is they've said, look, we are going to scale this back some. We hadn't thought of that. And in a future update, we're going to find, they say down here, they are going to implement a permanent solution. And what I like about that is it calls back to me to when they were asked about the color blindness thing 2 years ago. And, the reply was very snarky. It was, we're not doing anything about it at the time, and you pestering us about it isn't going to make it happen any quicker. So this, to me, represents a massive attitude change, and you love to see it. Positive growth is important, and I think that as much as it's important to call out negative actions, it's also very important to say, hey, you know what? This is a good thing. Dead Hard, they're just going to rework the animation. That will not be coming to the live servers. off the record. Nice. So basically, off the record is just kind of repeating the endurance thing. I know a lot of people were really worried about off the record. So I think this has to be viewed as a good thing that off the record can't be abused in the same way that it was. However, it's still a lot stronger than it used to be. Overcharge. Thank goodness. Overcharge is not nearly as scary as it was on the PTB. Now you're going to have to wait 12 seconds before it gets up to its, where do they say? It's right down here. Becomes faster than default regression after only 12 seconds, which is still a pretty good perk. Overcharge is a lot better than it used to be, but this is, again, I just looked through these are community-based changes, and I realize saying on some of these, like, oh, we're going to do this in a, in a future update. Well, what if that future update never comes, right? Like, what about cross progression, right? But the point stands that that's really nice. I also wanted to point out you're going to get a sound cue with distortion now, which is so nice, just so nice, because I have really bad ADD. I tune out all the time. You guys can probably tell from my rambling in my videos that I have ADD. That's probably not lost on you guys. So that's very nice. Iron Will, they're going to make it so that all survivors eventually have the same noise level for their grunts, which is very cool, because if you don't know, right now Ace has the quietest grunts. So if you are super sweaty and you want to be as competitive as possible, play Ace. Let's see. Inner Focus, which is a Hattie perk. This one's really cool. You can now see the scratch marks from even across the map of your teammates. So is that going to make it a meta perk? No, but I've actually been playing with it a lot and I like it. So I actually think that getting the Killer's Aura is pretty good from this perk. So very nice. What else did they do? Visual changes. They have changed the perk charms. Look at these bad boys. These look a lot better. I think these look a lot better. So originally they were just red with the white thing and they looked kind of tacky, not great, but these look a lot better. I'm a big fan of that. So if you have your character Prestige 9, Prestige 9, you will get this for your characters. And that looks good. I'm actually very excited about hanging an autodidact one on all of my characters. So that's nice. Again, they listened. They heard us complain and they listened. I like that. And then here, let me open this in a new tab so you can see it a little more clearly. This is what we're dealing with for the prestige characters. Yeah, I don't know. For me, look, okay, so here's my deal. If you play on console, this may actually be cool because this definitely looks better than what they had. The little the little filter of the stars over your person, that they just look terrible. But for me, as a PC player, this means nothing. This is not going to change anything. I'm very high on this update, but this is not a very good reward for all the time that a lot of people have put in. But overall, it doesn't take away from this being a very positive update. They get into the prestige charms here. Not prestige charms, I'm sorry. The prestige icons. Not much to say. They look good. I think they look good. You can see how it's broken up, like milestone 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you reach that sweet 100, which I bet somebody will have done within a week of this dropping, which by the way, they also clarify, no matter how many items you have on your survivor, nobody is going to be above level 9 at the start. So if you want to try to participate in the race to be the first one to get to 100, put it on Reddit, get those sweet updates, you can definitely do that. But that's the update. Look, this is not groundbreaking stuff. It's just, we see time after time, we complained, they changed something. We complained, they changed something. We complained, let's see, about these two especially, they changed something. I really appreciate that, and I don't know, not everything's going to be a super heady post. I just wanted to put this out here and say, you know, behavior, thank you. Thank you for listening to the community, and I hope that, I guess I hope that this is a sign of things to come for how things are going to go between behavior and their community, because so far, this has been a tremendous year for behavior in terms of winning back the community. And I think it's awesome to see. I love it. I love Dead by Daylight. I want to be around for a really long time. And this is the kind of thing that will let that happen. But what do you think? As always, I want to hear what you say down below. And hey, so big. We hit 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. It was not even 6 months ago that I was sitting here at what, like 200 subs? So my goodness, the growth has been massive. I appreciate it so much. I thank each and every one of you for making this channel what it is, and I can't wait to see ya, in the future. See what kind of memories we can make, what kind of goofy videos. Read the comments about like, hey, this is the dumbest video I've ever seen, and I can say, hey, That's fair. Because we have a few of those. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. This was just a little short one I wanted to put out there. And until next time, I've been Das Food. Bye, friends.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my